Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to take you guys behind the scenes of how I hired my first employees for my small business, XXL Scrunchie & Co. Hiring can be overwhelming, but after multiple rounds of interviews and being in business for over 5 years, I've developed a system that saves me time while ensuring I get the best fit for my team. If you're a small business owner looking to finally hire your first employees, first of all, congrats, that's a huge step. Or if you're on the other side, prepping for interviews, stick around. I'm sharing my full process, including the exact questions I ask in the interviews. In case you guys hear any barking, it's from this guy. Posting the job and pre-screening. And by the way guys, I'm just elasticing scrunchies because we have this is part of our new spring drop. And I like elasticing scrunchies while I'm doing something like talking or watching TV to make the most of my time. Hope you guys don't mind. So when I started hiring, we're a small family business and my first employees were my parents. But when I first needed to get outside help, luckily I met my first employee hire at the grocery store. It was Courtney. And then from there, I was able to hire 3 high school students that were my friend's little sister and her friends. But then it came time, I ran out of people I knew. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate. You think you want to hire someone you know, right? First things first, I post the job listing on a job listing website like ZipRecruiter. But here's the key, I make it a requirement for applicants to answer these pre-screening questions. 1, what do you know about our company? 2, do you work best alone or on a team? And 3, what's your availability like? You would be shocked at how many people do not even fill out these pre-screen questions because it's so easy on these job listing sites to just hit submit, to just send your application to any job posting that's available. It's an automatic no for me when people do that because I want someone who has a little bit more attention to detail and shows actual interest. From there, I make a short list of applicants that actually answered those questions along with submitting their resume who seem like a potential fit. And if you're looking for a faster way to find top talent, ZipRecruiter can help streamline this process. Their powerful matching technology connects you with qualified candidates, so you spend less time sorting through applications and more time interviewing the right people. It's a tough task to do. Next up is the follow-up questions. I send a follow-up message to the candidates I want to learn more from. Basically the ones that I'm interested in. I ask each person, I have a copy and paste response, 5 questions. I just copy and paste it to each of them just to learn a little bit more. And this is what the message says. Hello there, thank you for applying to XXL Scrunchie & Co. I have a few follow-up questions. Are you aware this position is primarily for scrunchie elastic work? This task is detailed, repetitive, and requires hands-on training, especially as we prepare for the busy holiday season. Are you available for part-time or full-time hours? Are you open to a seasonal role ending in blank? Would you consider staying on permanently if the opportunity arises? And lastly, what is your soonest start date? Let me know if you have any questions. Look forward to your response. Thank you, your name, your company. This step saves me a lot of time. If they answer in a way that aligns with our business needs, they'll move on to the next step, which is a FaceTime call or video call. And the reason that I say seasonal, or that's been the position I've been hiring lately, is because being a small business, it's so unpredictable financially where you'll be. I can't guarantee after Christmas we're still gonna be busy. I can't guarantee we'll need those extra hands then. So that's why it says seasonal in there. And a good idea if that's kind of what you want to do too, because you may not need a lot of help, but you may just need it temporarily. So that's an option too. Next up is the pre-screen call. Instead of spending an entire day meeting all those candidates I'm interested in person, I next do a 5 to 10 video call with them and I ask a couple more questions. This also gives me a good idea on their punctuality because the meeting, we organize it for a time that works for both of us, and It lets me see who shows up on time because punctuality really matters to me. In this call, I just introduce myself, I explain the role, I share a little bit about our small business, how we started. I confirm what their availability is like. I go over past job experience. What were your past jobs? What did you do? I confirm if they have a reliable method of transportation to our warehouse, just because we don't really have good public transit system here, but I just confirm like how they're gonna get here. And then I give them a chance to ask me questions. This call is normally never longer than 5 minutes. It's a quick way to gauge their communication with me, enthusiasm for the role. Not that they have to be like so super excited, but it lets me see if they're really interested. If you know me, you know I wear a lot of hats. Small business owner, content creator, artist, and of course, dog mom to Bruce. But one thing I've always believed in, finding quality people for your team makes all the difference. Running my small business has taught me that behind every little detail is a person with a job. And finding qualified people to do those jobs, that's everything. That's why I love what ZipRecruiter does. They make hiring so much easier by connecting businesses with the best candidates fast. Real people with skills that you need so that you can focus on growing and not just guessing. And let's be real, wearing all the hats can be exhausting. Whether you're building something from the ground up or looking for that perfect opportunity, ZipRecruiter does the work of finding great people so you can spend more time doing what you love. So if you're a small business owner like me or just looking for your next opportunity, try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/XXL. Next up are the in-person interviews. After the FaceTime calls, I make a shorter list of who comes in person. I think the first time I had like 5 people, and then recently I think I had like 6 in person come. I try to make it little because you can't hire everyone, right? So I may as well narrow down what I can. But again, it's so hard to tell like until someone's in person and you're asking a bit more direct questions. And again, I'm gonna share this message on the screen because this is the exact message I send for the in-person interview. Hello, it was nice to chat with you. I would like to continue exploring if this position would be a good fit. If you're interested, I'd like to invite you to our warehouse on this day. How does this sound? Usually they say yes at that point. And then this is the list of questions that I ask in person. So I have a list of like 10 questions. I'm just gonna leave it on the screen here and you guys can screenshot it and you can use it at your interview if you want to. I just looked it up online, other interview questions, and I refined them back based on what I like. I hope this helps someone. And I can't claim credit for all the questions. I didn't make them up from my head, but I did get inspo from them online. And after asking all those questions, I can usually tell who's gonna be a good fit. Final selection and contracts. Once I make my decision, I'll send out an offer email and then I'll let the other applicants know that we're not moving forward at this time. One time I did have someone, I was struggling picking between 2, and then eventually like the year later I did reach out to that other person and they did end up working with us. So I do let them know like we'd love to reach out again in the future if that's a possibility. But yeah, it's important to close the loop on those who took time to interview with you and came in, or even the FaceTime call. It's nice to take time and close the loop with them so they can move on with their job search. Okay guys, don't forget to stay hydrated. Friendly reminder, take a sip of water and a sip of coffee. Pro tip, you're gonna need updated and written up employee contracts. When I first started, I Googled random free contracts and just like went through it all quick and rewrote it. And then I had another friend rewrite it. I recently had mine rewritten by a lawyer. I'll leave her email actually in the description. So if you guys need one, you can reach out to a trusted lawyer, been my friend since high school. And that was over like 10 years ago. Just to make sure they're legally sound. If you're hiring, just make sure you understand the employment laws in your area. Or if you're like me and have no idea, reach out to your lawyer. And if you're a business owner looking to hire, I highly recommend ZipRecruiter. Their platform helps you reach the best candidates quickly and efficiently, making the hiring process less stressful than it needs to be. Next are some tips I wanted to share if you're the one being interviewed, because I know it's really nerve-wracking. I've had like so many interviews and so many jobs I didn't get. I've had so many jobs before running my small business. Like my first job was at Dairy Queen, making ice cream and working the drive-thru. And I've worked at Walmart. I've worked at garage clothing company. Yeah, I've had a lot of jobs and a lot of interviews. Here's a few things that will help you stand out. Do your research. The internet is a great place to look up the company, know their mission, their values, and a little bit about who is interviewing you. It's nice to know someone already took time to put the effort into the job that they're applying for, because hiring someone is a huge deal for the employer. This is probably one of the most important things to me, is to be on time. One time someone was so late that we just had to cancel their interview and they still wanted to come. And it's kind of like you're already giving them that chance. It's your first impression. Be early if anything, and wait in the parking lot, wait in the car. If you show up early, don't try to start early, but just wait around, and then you can like really be on time. And prepare questions, because at the end of my interview, when I'm interviewing others, I always ask, do you have any questions for me? When I was being interviewed, I remember they would always ask me, do you have questions for me? And I would never ask, because I'm already so nervous. I didn't even know what to ask. But one good one that someone said to me that really stood out when I was interviewing them, they asked, so what would my day in the life look like? It's a simple question. I think it could be applicable to like any job. You could just ask, what would my day in the life look like? It sounds like you're curious, you're interested, and then the person interviewing you might get caught off guard and be like, oh, that's a good question. And it makes it seem like you're actually interested in the job. Small things really matter. Tatum, who's been working here since I hired her December 2021. So it's been over 3 years that she's been working at XXL Scrunchie, and she said the day before her interview, she drove to our location and scoped out the building, the parking lot, and figured out where it was, because our building's quite confusing. She wasn't familiar with it, never heard of it before, didn't know the location, and she took it upon herself to drive there before to scope it out, to make sure she would be on time. And then it also helps you feel less flustered, because imagine you showed up and you are on time 10 minutes, but then you actually can't find the location. Then you're panicking, and then you're just not setting yourself up for success. She actually didn't tell me that until like a couple months ago, which I find so funny. Yeah, that level of preparation goes a long way. Hiring is definitely a learning process. I've struggled with it. I was so scared of it, and now it's so easy for me. If I need to make a posting, I go through all these steps and hopefully find someone to help and join our team. You are choosing someone to be part of your team, part of your family, essentially. Make sure to be fair, very clear, and set all the expectations from the very start. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in more small business hiring or team management tips from me. Thanks for being here. Bye, guys.